slowly drifting away, and it feels like I'm drowning, pulling against the stream, pulling against the.
Alright guys, so today on this episode we have actually a couple things to install, these not being one of them. We were going to install this Z-Speed Performance clutch line to replace our factory one, but I don't have the flared wrench for this. Actually for the factory one, not for this one. So I will leave this one off for probably next week. So what we are going to do today, choose my camera, is we're going to install this DNA motoring radiator. It's basically a 55 millimeter, which you can see it's a lot thicker than the factory one. 55 or 50 millimeter aluminum radiator, fully aluminum, to replace our my 10-year-old factory OEM radiator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack up the car, and I'm going to basically remove the front bumper so we can get better clearance on it, and just jack up the car, take the wheels off, get all that stuff off, and then we're going to start with that. And there goes my buddy. So he's going to be helping me out today with the install. So let's get started. Alright guys, sorry about that. I mean, it started raining. It's kind of shitty right now. Well, not now, but it was. So took the front bumper off. If you don't know how to do it, just take the wheel off, go behind your fender well, and there's 2 bolts, 2 here and then 1 on the bottom. Take that off on each side, pull it out, and and you pull these guys out, the 6 bolts on the front, and the whole fender just comes off, and it's right over there. So after that, you need to source like a tub or something. I found this in the trash can in my neighborhood, so it's a little baby tub, which I don't give a shit. But then on the bottom here, you remove, I don't know if you can see it, but you remove that bolt, and then all the radiator fluid will come out, and you pop the top of the radiator, and all that fluid will come out. And then you start removing your cover, your engine cover, and you take out those 2 connectors on the fans. You unbolt the top radiator hose. I'm going to do the bottom one but later. You remove this hose right here, the coolant overflow, and and make sure that before you remove those connectors, your battery is disconnected. But yeah, that's about it. And then you remove those 2 bolts here, over there, and this unit just kind of falls back. You can pull this whole unit out. Just be careful with your AC lines down there and any other miscellaneous lines, and you turn these 90 degrees to the unlock position, and the whole radiator should just pop out, and you can install a new one. So for now, I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod, and then we can keep recording. Alright, so I'm going to put this on the side here so you can kind of see what we're doing. Sorry about the light, but it's kind of cloudy today. So we're going to first disconnect these 2 guys. Or 10 millimeter. Just get them loose. Let's get this guy loose. And move this oil line, or water cooler line, out of the way. So now we're just going to disconnect the connectors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the bottom harness. That way I can just remove the entire thing altogether and not have to worry about it. So I'll disconnect the harness that's actually all the way at the bottom. I'll show you quickly. It's not that first one you see. Oops, sorry. Stupid cables. It's not that first one, it's that center one on the bottom. That bottom one connects both, the one on the driver's side and the one on the passenger. So take that one out, and then you can pull the whole radiator. for the bottom. Let me turn this off. Alright, so I went ahead and I removed the lower cooler line, which I'll show you now. So the rest of it is leaking. I just pulled up the fan shroud and there it is. There's that factory radiator. So what I gotta do is remove these two, pull them up, and the radiator should just pop right out. Honestly, it has like grommets and stuff, but it's a little bit, oh that's right, there's a little cooler thing which I gotta remove, but other than that, that looks about it. Alright, cool, let's get to it. Alright guys, sorry about the issues, but we had a bit of a fucking rainstorm come in. Camera got wet, so I had to wait till it dried out, so I wasn't able to record the actual install, but I will kind of go through what we did with my boy Chris here. So basically we had to remove the water reservoir mount, which is right there. We had to loosen the mount over here for the AC line, and very carefully as to not blow your AC, we mounted everything and pushed these guys in. On the bottom mounts, you're gonna have to remove, I'll draw them for you, but basically you have to remove on the bottom mounts. There's basically two little spacers like this, so you have to remove one. So I just used a hacksaw to cut one of the pieces off, and then it'll work fine. Again, I believe all these aftermarket radiators have this problem with fitment. Outside of that, everything went pretty good. I'm gonna hook up the fans and then hook up the radiator coolant that I wanted to reuse is fucked, so I'm not gonna reuse that. I'm gonna clean up these hoses and then we're gonna install. And I got 1.5 bottles of new radiator fluid, which I'm gonna mix with water, and then we'll install it. So I don't know what the fuck, but this cap came from factory sideways. I don't know if that's like a little JDM thing or what the fuck, but that was kind of weird. Anyway, sorry again that I couldn't record it, but the camera got soaked, so I had to wait for it to dry. And these, oh, pro tip, remove this hose when you're using it. This makes the job a lot easier to maneuver shit around in here. So, and then one thing I noticed is that one of the clips on the bottom for the fans is crooked. So again, it's not a big deal because it'll fit, but this is what happens when you generally buy eBay. So you got to kind of work around the problems, but you save a little bit of money. So all right, I'm gonna bolt everything back up, and then I'll show you what the final result looks like. All right guys, sorry this install hasn't been very informative, and car's back together. So we got the radiator back in. You see it looks very nice. It is a pain in the ass, and there was quite a few of the clearance is not too bad. As you see right there with one of the pulleys, there's about 1/4 inch of clearance. It clears the fans, it clears mostly everything. So it's just a matter of, you know, pushing and pulling and doing all that. Just be careful with your AC line when you're doing all that stuff. But yeah, I had to remove my catch can, so because there's not enough clearance from this to clear it. I could have cut into here, but it was still gonna go into the fan. So I'm gonna go to Home Depot and get one of those little oil air separators, and I'm gonna run it like here for now while I find another catch can that works. But yeah, I mean right now it's going straight into the manifold because I had no other option. I didn't have mine here, and mine is obviously too big, and my MacGyvering bullshit failed because that thing basically cracked in half. So JB Weld isn't as good as I thought it was. Whatever, it was free, so it did its job for the time being. So yeah, install is fine. I already burped the radiator, so it runs. Just take your temperature gauges. I also had to cut this hose a little bit so it could fit, but you see it's kind of pressed in onto this, but it shouldn't be that big of a problem. So just make sure everything clears out, and you know, enjoy your brand new radiator. And thanks again for Chris, who is a CS guy, and he completely hates his 350Z right there. So this guy's gonna be, what are you gonna be running now?
I got the SC300 Lexus 1J VVTi single turbo that I'm building right now. So I'm originally a Toyota guy. Sorry, man. That's the way it is.
So yeah, Toyota and Nissan helping each other as usual. Good shit. Alright guys, so next video I'm gonna get the spanner wrench that I need for the clutch line install, and then I'll really try to take a video for you guys. Alright, so take it easy, and see you guys next time. Also, a brief update on the radiator install from last time. Sorry, I wasn't able to show you guys much, but that's what it looks like. It kind of got dark on us, and it was raining in fucking Florida, so yeah, fucking Florida. So that's the new radiator in all its glory. I had to remove my old catch can from here because as you see, the clearance is really tight. Not so tight, but it's tight. So what I did is I went to Home Depot, and if you look at on the forums, you'll see these guys all over the place. They're basically air. These are for pneumatic guns and stuff for shops. But basically, air comes in here with oil vapors. Comes in here. I have a little stainless wool in there for like baffles, I guess, for now. And it comes inside, goes in here, goes out the other end, and goes in there. And I made this little mount here with some extra metal that I had. But so far, it's been pretty good. It's small, which is key. I'm probably gonna get another one eventually and put it probably back there somewhere. But for now, that's about it. So now I just have the problem of finding this. This morning I took the fucking the reservoir cap, and for all I can see, I misplaced it. I have no idea where it went, and I need it because I don't like the idea of having pressure come in here, because it's all supposed to be under pressure. So I need to find it, or find another one, or whatever. So yeah, there's that garbage. So yeah, for now, this is it. I'll give you an update also on the next couple things we have. So far, we'll be installing this guy, which I think I showed you guys last time. So it's a stainless steel braided hose for the clutch. So we'll get this bad boy installed, which should help with the sponginess of the clutch. There's a couple other things. Oh, I think I forgot. I picked this bad boy up from one of the guys on the Z Facebook groups. He was nice enough to sell it to me for a killer price too. So sorry about that. It's a Jim Wolf light flywheel. It needs a new plate. The plate, I have it hanging over there. So if you look at it, it's so sort of fucked. But actually, the clutch, the flywheel itself is in really good condition. There's no rust on it. I cleaned it, of course, but there's no rust. The teeth are perfect. There's no marks or anything on the teeth. So everything seems to be in place. So I just need to get a new plate for it once I buy a clutch eventually down the line. But yeah, this was awesome. So this guy will be going on the Z at some point, which I'm probably gonna, I'm not sure yet if I should take it to a shop or not, because my back's not what it used to be. So I might end up taking it to where's that place up in Tampa? I forget what they're called. Anyway, we'll see where it goes, but that's going to be eventually down the line. So for now, that's the old radiator core, which I'm keeping here just in case. I might sell it eventually, but who knows. But yeah, for now, that's it. So thanks again, guys, for your support, and give me some ideas of what you want to see. I mean, I can't promise anything because, again, this is budget as shit. So yeah, hit me up on what you guys may want to see, or something else that I can show that may not be Z related, or you know, electronics. Or oh, speaking about that, sorry about this. I don't know if I mentioned it, but these are my, well, were my old fog lights, and they got all sorts of fucked because when I went to install the radiator, I pulled it, and I didn't wire these up, and this is all really old silicone, so I dug it out, tried to resolder it. Unfortunately, I think more stuff got broken, more in there, or maybe the LEDs themselves got damaged. So I bought some LED strips, which are much brighter than these old ones. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to run like about 2 or 3 strips. I'll see they're 3825 So 38 millimeters by 25 millimeters. So I'm gonna run probably 2 or 3 strips. I'll see how many I can fit in here. And the ones I have on right now, because those are actually split down here. We're able to take the cover apart. So we'll see what we can do. Alright guys. So yeah, that's about it. So now I gotta figure out.
And it feels like I'm drowning, pulling against the stream, pulling against the